Do you know the power of a hug? I bet it's a lot more than you actually realize. I've always been a fan of hugs. The warm, tight kind that lasts for more than a couple seconds, the kind where you wrap both arms around the other person and you can feel more than the physical aspect of the interaction. For me, that's where I can feel all sorts of things, such as warmth. I feel kindness, I feel love, compassion, stress, frustration, anxiety, even comfort.
What is up, Impact Heroes? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Rick Ornelas. Thank you for spending some time with us today because we know time's a valuable resource and we're going to make it worth your while. I appreciate each and every one of you, not just for listening, but for who you are. I know you're sparking change to make the world a better place every day, and I am humbled and grateful for your efforts. It takes all of us doing our part to spread positive change, and that's what this show is all about. Motivating you with stories of struggle, courage, and hope to empower you to make a difference in your life and the lives of others.
In case you missed it,
I learned something, and I really, truly do believe when you go through something devastating, super hard, you're growing. We're all growing. And It's the matter of, are you going to take what you learned and use it for the positive? Or are you just going to stay where you're at and not move forward? And I believe wholeheartedly when people look at me and they're like, I can't believe what you're doing, and it's only been 20 months or whatever. That's how I am able to cope with things and deal with it. And truly, I want to be a role model for my kids too. I want them to say, you can go through something horrible and come out.
Available everywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Welcome back, Impact Heroes, to the latest edition of I Spark Change Through. Now, our goal with these episodes is featuring all the different ways that us and others spark change to make the world a better place through social impact and positive change. We have found over the past few years that there are endless ways to positively impact each other's day. We've had episodes on sparking change through fitness, adventure, mind, body, spirit, volunteering, mental awareness, writing, interns, cultural exchange, networking, time, self-care, gratitude, love, purpose, listening, collaboration, mental health awareness, remembering loved ones, constantly learning the value of hard work, and recently on optimism. So I have a question for you. How do you spark change? One of the ways we spark change here at I Spark Change is through hugs. Yes, you heard me correctly, hugs. Do you know the power of a hug? I bet it's a lot more than you actually realize. I've always been a fan of hugs. The warm, tight kind that lasts for more than a couple seconds, the kind where you wrap both arms around the other person and you can feel more than the physical aspect of the interaction. For me, that's where I can feel all sorts of things, such as warmth. I feel kindness, I feel love, compassion, stress, frustration, anxiety, even comfort. It's where I am fully present with the other person, which tells them that I care. It's a place of connection that we as human beings don't get nearly enough of in our daily, busy lives. Now, hugs may seem simple, but their impact is profound. And in our mission at I Spark Change, we've come to recognize the incredible power of connection. And there are few gestures as universally understood and appreciated as a warm hug. So let's dive into the science behind hugs and explore how something so seemingly small can play such a massive role in sparking positive change in ourselves and our communities. Okay, there's a lot of research on hugs. You wouldn't believe that, but there really is. And research shows that hugging has significant physiological and psychological benefits. When we hug another human being, our bodies release oxytocin, even when you hug an animal to some degree. And oxytocin is typically called the love hormone or the cuddle hormone. It's what you experience when you're intimate with another individual. And oxytocin fosters feelings of contentment, it reduces stress, and it creates a sense of bonding. It's the same hormone that's released when a mother holds a baby or when, after you've made love, for example. And so that reinforces the sense of security and love that we all crave. But here's some more scientifically backed reasons why hugs are so powerful. They help reduce stress. They're going to lower cortisol levels, which can ease tension and make us feel more relaxed. They're going to enhance your immunity. Yes, they're even going to help your immune system. because research found that people who receive hugs regularly are less likely to get a cold. And wouldn't want that as we're heading into cold and flu season? All right. It's going to improve your heart health. Studies show that frequent hugging can be beneficial for your cardiovascular health and can lower your blood pressure and reduce your heart rate, which is beneficial for long-term heart rate. Yeah, they're literally good for your heart. It's going to reduce anxiety and depression. We've had a lot of episodes that are related to mental health on this show, and we've talked about it a lot on this show with guests. Hugs are going to release serotonin and dopamine, which are neurotransmitters in the brain that are going to help you feel happy and calm. And these chemicals play a key role in stabilizing your mood and can be particularly effective in managing anxiety and depression. And a study found that hugging can act as a form of social support, reducing feelings of loneliness and sadness. And it's just going to increase that connection that I talked about at the top of the episode. They're going to create a sense of belonging and trust. And we live in such a disconnected world. We are so overly connected, but so disconnected that a simple hug can be a powerful reminder that we are not alone. We're a social species, right? We're social creatures, and physical contact is a crucial component of feeling supported and understood. So I feel that at iSpark Change, we know and we believe in the importance of human connection. And hugs are a beautiful and simple way to reinforce that bond because it can convey things that words simply can't. It says things like, I'm here for you. I support you. You're not alone. I feel you. I understand you. And I see you. And that speaks directly to our heart and our mission of positivity at iSpark Change. So imagine if we all committed to making more hugs, what impact that would have for our families, for friendship, for our communities. All of those would improve. And the act of hugging can help to break down emotional barriers, creating openness and vulnerability. And that kind of connection is transformative because it helps to cultivate empathy, compassion, and when we feel connected to one another, we're more likely to support each other, spread kindness, and work together towards common goals, which are all goals of ours at iSpark Change. So how can you spark change through hugs? All right. If you're inspired by what I said, then here's how you can incorporate them into your daily life. Hug your loved ones. Just make it a habit of giving your family members or close friends a hug each day. That's how I start my day with my wife, Tanya, is I'm already always giving her hugs, sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning. And then, I'll give her another one when I get to the gym and she's already there. And, I'll give her one when I leave, like just multiple. There's even one study that showed that we need like 12 a day for growth. So I always try to get that with family, friends. That's just an easy way to get them. If you see someone struggling, right, offer them a hug. If they're in a tough time, that can be a powerful way to say, look, I'm here for you. In our overly connected and disconnected world, try to avoid those quick, like, bye, see you later. Like, pause, be present, give that person in your life, give them a hug. And for me, make it the 2-arm kind, right? That 1-arm hug, that kind of, like I like to call it a half hug. To me, that feels dismissive, okay? Because in a way, to me, that says like, I'm not comfortable enough with you to give you both arms. Now, I understand personal boundaries, okay? Like I like to say, those are for like coaches and teachers. But beyond that, when you're both adults, right? 2 arms, fully embrace, give that person a hug, right? You can even give yourself a self hug, right? Or give your pet a hug. Because like I said, research shows that that's even going to reduce stress and provide some comfort. And then, join us in iSpark Change. Little things like that make a difference. Those are the things that have that ripple effect of positivity. So add more hugs into your daily life, and we'd love to hear about that, okay? Remember, every hug we have is going to help improve those feel-good chemicals. It's going to help to reduce stress. And those are small acts are going to contribute to the greater good for all of us. So they can be more than just physical touch. They can be those moments of connection, trust, love, empathy, comfort. I mean, you name it. So when we hug, we're not only benefiting ourselves, but also spreading positivity to the world around us. So at iSpark Change, we see hugs as a beautiful tool to, build a world filled with compassion, understanding, and unity. So let's make it our mission, make it your mission to improve those things one hug at a time. So that's all I got for today. I'd love to hear all the ways that you spark change. So please share them with me on social media. I promise to personally respond to each and every one of you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next time on the iSpark Change podcast.
Do you want Rick to speak at your event? Here's what others have to say.
Did not know his story, and it was so inspirational, and his presence on stage, his authenticity was just incredible.
Performance made me feel some type of way. My name is Craig Siegel.
If you're looking for a speaker for your next event, hire Rick. I promise you this, you will not be disappointed.
Visit rickcornelis.com to book him today.
Remember, Impact Heroes, every positive action can be a spark moment that has a ripple effect that spreads far beyond the initial act. So go out there and spark change. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, then please smash that 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify and leave a review. We value your comments and we want to hear from you in the community. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and we'll see you next week on the iSpark Change podcast.